Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. My view of everything creative and nerdy is a whole new tea. But now I want to play with something else with that. But this is still under construction. And some of my episodes on this channel is going to be either late or a double up or trying to finalize and get everything ready for the candles, which I'm so excited because things are coming together. It's like I have to wait for the shipments because some of the items are coming from other countries. So I'm going to be playing around because I want everything to look and be nice and as luxurious as can be, but yeah, after the whole diagnosis with disability, and I'm so happy and blessed that my parents taught me about money. So I had investments and I had savings and I was working my tush off with one, two, three, four jobs at the same time, 4 years. So yeah, I think that's like the reason why I didn't have to file for bankruptcy. So, and the things that I learned from the past, I'm continuing to do. And now with the business, like understanding how I need to do baby steps, but at the same time, it's go time. Go big, go home. So, but you're going to hear more about like the candle side very shortly, probably in the next episode. And I know you've heard about the heartbreak, like trying to start a business while so many emotions and mental health, which I talk a lot about the mental health and I don't know if any of you guys click on the links with the articles and videos, which in this episode is going to be a lot of videos, but in others, I try to show articles that others can use as resources because after a breakup, some are going to be frustrated, crying in bed. Some are going to be like, okay, I want my glow up. Some are going to want to move on. Some are going to need to make sure that they never contact that person again. It all depends on their mindset and their their heart's condition, their mind condition. And I'm going through all of that. And at the same time, with mental health, it blends in with my relationship with my mom. So, and then that goes back into the business because my mom said, you're never going to do anything worth anything. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to be successful. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You can't even walk right. She would say that and mean it with her full chest. And so, and with men, you're never going to find a good man. Who do you think you are? You can't, like, no man's going to want to tolerate how you walk. You're never going to find love. Who do you think you are? You're so stubborn and, well, sometimes you would say stupid, but yeah. So while I write my books, while I work on my projects, sometimes I worry. Are they not going to be good enough? Am I too stupid? Am I too dumb? Am I not worthy? It's like, and then we have society, like, like with the dating apps. I will have a whole series about what the men on dating apps say about my projects and business and things and social media. And it's to a point where I literally ignore some of the guys now, but they don't understand. Like, because they said, like, with some of them, I didn't even bring it up. They did, but they didn't realize that I do have a social media thing. And yes, do I get paid? No, I don't. But, you know, but some of the things that they said, ooh. But then they wonder when they call me, I don't answer anymore. Or when they message me, I'm like, I don't really care. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna hear all about that on the other channel. Yeah, it's gonna be on the other channel. And also the the game show of guess how many times, which I already gave you guys an answer to one of them, but the answer changed. So don't worry, I'm going to give you extra credit if you already know the previous answer. But the answer changed. This just shows the like the dating crisis with men. And oh yeah, yeah, there's so much to talk about that, trust me, I'm going to. And the heart is healing. And yeah, I know I talked about it so much, but at the same time, I mean, at least I'm an example of, and I hope other people, because I hope other people understand and know that it's not just going to take a day or a week, and or they shouldn't just jump into another relationship right after. Some people are going to say I did that, but no, I jumped into my research and that's how I got my info. And oh, I've got the craziest, like, ooh, okay. But today, grab that boba, baby. My lovelies, my beauties, my royalties, grab that boba, take a sip, and let the topics pop. Okay. I really want some boba now. Oh my gosh. If you love boba, let me know, and let me know what flavor, because I love the fruit boba ones. And I might have yeah, I might have a surprise, because yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on that, and so I'm gonna see what I can do. But yeah, if you're a boba fan, let me know, because I don't think I'm the only one. But okay. This episode, like I said, like my I didn't have a great relationship with the moms, and with low self-esteem, because everyone was telling me that I'm supposed to be normal. I'm too pretty to walk the way I do. I'm not going to succeed because of the way I walk, and just there's so many things that still go into my head where I'm nervous publishing the book. I'm terrified. What about if it's not good enough? And then I'm going to have a main character that is black and disabled. And do you know how many people that do you know even black authors that once their book gets offered to be turned into a movie, they turn the characters white just so they can make more money, because more people will see the movie if the characters are white, not black. But then they say there's no racism in society, when the whole world has shown their racism. And because the Italy beauty pageant, black woman won. Those people were so ooh. And I'm gonna, like, a lot of these I'm gonna cover in their own episode on the other channel. I think I have some of the screenshots for that one, but I'm gonna have to find them. And that's if I have enough time to yeah, it's trying to write, and then I have the candles, and then like trying to work on all of this special items for the packaging, and the grant, like trying to apply for grants. But yeah, okay, I'm mostly, it's like I'm gonna have some of the items video wise, but then you're gonna see me dig into these a lot deeper on the other channel. But okay, like I was saying, yeah, Miss Italy. Oh, she is gorgeous and beautiful. But yeah, a lot of white people don't think so, because they think in order to be Miss Italy, you have to be a certain complexion. But I think that's really ironic, because Miss USA and Miss America, mm, mm, it's okay when the colonizers win, but not when the Native Americans. Yeah, we need more Native Americans to win. Okay, I'm saying what I said. And then I just heard that the Canadian beauty pageant with the costume portion, for the appropriation, but then people keep saying there's no more racism. 2026 does not mean there's no more racism. Okay, it means that maybe we need to teach more with, guess what, DEI. Yeah, so a lot of the people who say there's no more racism while doing things that go against DEI, but then they have the nerve to say I don't agree with DEI, but they're ignorant, naive, stupid, and or just plain racist and bigoted. I didn't stutter, but yeah, uh, I just think when I saw people even calling her like animal, like, oh, and like even with the Little Mermaid, they had the Disney Plus, Disney World. They had the princesses sing, or the voices of the princesses sing, and the Little Mermaid, old school, new school. They had both sing. And some of the replies of the people, yeah, Mrs. Obama say when they go low, you go high. But a lot of society is really, really making, like, they're tempting me. They're very much tempting me because they act like just if you're not white, then you're not beautiful. But then a lot of people of color don't really recognize that. And a lot of people of color actually team up with the colonizers and with the non Underground Railroad white people, and they bully and tease and mock the African American community, but then turn around and when ICE is running after them, and when like especially Detroit, Michigan, when we have a certain somebody running for office, but now you like they okay, even before that, it's like literally white supremacists were going to the Dearborn look at, like with their little hate group stuff, but now with our possible first Muslim person running or whatever, yeah, so much racism, so much racism. But they want to say there's no more racism, even though they keep like banning our books, banning our history, banning our voice, banning our vote, banning our vote, right? And then you keep seeing black people as strange fruit on these trees, but then they want to keep saying, oh, they did this to themselves, even though they had to get an emergency truck to get the young lady off the tree. But yeah, they're acting like, oh no, we didn't do that. No, they did this to themselves. Yeah, I studied a little of that one because I'm so disgusted by the stupidity, the ignorance, just the corruption of a lot of these no good, stupid brain cell. Who like the brain cell? I just want to know what their brain cells look like. I want to know what their brain cells look like. I really, really do. Because we have to remember a lot of these people say, there's no politics in books. Why put politics in books? There's politics in every book, especially like with even if you watch some of these Hallmark movies or whatever, there are like so many of the movies where there's not like every single character is white. You're just like, what kind of town is this? Is this a sundown town? I brought that up while watching with one of my friends years ago, and yeah, I asked while she was sipping a drink. I just remember she spit that drink out so quick. She was just like, she was coughing too. I had to get up and go and rub her back and stuff like that. And it took like 4 or 5 minutes. We had to pause it. And she was just like, oh my gosh, I can't. I was like, it looks like a sundown town. They don't have one person that's not white in this movie. Every single character, even the dog's white. And then yeah, she did it again. It's like, oh yeah, if you're drinking something, you're like, sorry, oops, but hey, I'm not lying. I wish I remembered which holiday movie it was, but it was funny because even the dog was white, and it's like, oh, oh, what's going on in this town? And do you guys have clan meetings at the church? The church, yeah, you guys mentioned the church a few times. Can we see what kind of meetings you have on Friday nights? Yeah. Um, can I see the pillows and the bed sheets that you guys have? I'm just curious. I'm just wondering. I'm just really curious. Okay. Okay. But is when people say there's no politics in stories, a movie is a story. A movie is a story. So, like, I really just wish more people would pay attention. There's politics in Harry Potter. There's politics in almost every storyline. Because, like I said before, like, green eggs and ham, there are politics. Because one, where did you get those eggs? Oh yes, like I just read too, I think it was yesterday or the day before, there is a huge egg rehaul too. First lettuce and then egg, like, but then speaking of, lettuce is green, like how do they get those green eggs? Like what kind of animal made these green eggs, like if someone wants to write, like that would be kind of an interesting story too, because the plot of that one, you know but let's get back to the racism, because there's been a lot. And even now, with the commercials that I'm seeing for Michigan and the Senate race and everything like that. And oh, even with our Secretary of State, there's this new commercial where they're like, oh, she's giving money to the KKK. And it's just like, hold on, wait a minute, what? So yeah, I will be looking into that, because I'm just like that means she's gonna probably end up like that one, the guy that, like, okay, this is just in my opinion, but I forgot his name. But he had the heart attack, and he said he was a Democrat or progressive, whatever. But in my opinion, no, he's not. And especially with all the stuff that he's doing for, well, like the war, like his views with the war and everything like that. And I don't know. Yeah, just it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because like, and then the only times he wears a suit is when certain people are in the country. Like, oh, now you wear a suit. Now you want to look nice. Now you want to be professional. Okay. Even though that's in your job description, you're like just like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's white privilege right there. Because if a black man try to do that, it's just, it's like, because remember, President Mr. Obama couldn't even wear a tan suit. So what do you think was going to happen if a black man walked into the Senate walking around like that dude? Yeah. Oh, I've lost all respect for that dude. I forgot his name. You guys can tell. Fetterman. Is it Fetterman? I think it's Fetterman. But yeah, because even politics wise, because they always want to say negative things about that, like the African American, Hispanic community, and all of this other stuff. But then white people, because Lauren Boebert, her son, I think he got arrested again, and then it's like people always want to say how smart they are and how great she got her GED, but I think it took her three or four. Didn't it take her 3 or 4 times? And the last time they're just like, girl, just she. I think she failed it, but they were like, girl, just what, kind of like, well, they were just like, we'll let you pass. We don't want to see you again. Don't come back. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split. You just go. I mean, and we've heard some of her racist, no good, ignorant jokes, and even one of her last Halloween costumes, her and her toy or boyfriend, whatever, they were dressed as like Ice and a Hispanic person, but it was like the very ignorant, stereotypical, like like it was disgusting. She disgusts me. She's lost all of my respect and everything like that too. You guys can tell who my demographic is not for my novels. Yeah, they will not like me, and I don't care. I'll take it as a gold star if they don't like me. That'll be a proud moment if they don't like me. I take it as a compliment. Anything, everything. Like, yeah, they will not like me. Okay, so anyways, back to the like, whenever it's like they always give white people like, oh, mental health, oh, it's okay, or oh, your parents, oh, you had it. But then when a black person, oh, they're violent, they're this, they're that, look at the stereotypes and all this other garbage or whatever. And then even with the N-word, it's like there's I just heard another story too, and there was this one guy from, okay, I need to try to make sure I put this story in this episode. But if not, you're gonna hear me talk about this in another one because it's on my list. I'm now, I think, close to 130 episodes in my Excel sheet where I'm like, yes, I need to cover this and this and this. That's what happens when, yeah, someone breaks up with you when you're in the middle of trying to get the projects together, and then everything just goes kaplooey. And this, yeah. So there's this one, like he's in DC, and he was talking about how DC is plummeting. It's in shambles, and he was hinting that he was trying to blame it on, guess who? Black people. Yeah, okay, but I'll just say, in my opinion, just in case, in my opinion, that's what it seems like. He was just trying to blame it all on, and he was like, it was so disgusting. But it was on the Dollamore show. It's like him and his wife. They both have their own channels and they have a podcast too. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna try to make sure I share that video. And but the oh, it was sickening with how he was talking, and because like he was acting like black people just tear up everything. But part of me, I'm just like, oh, so after African Americans were freed, it's like the slaves were freed, and, freed people, and they started their own cities and towns and stuff like that. But then they want to act like they don't know how the hate groups came into the towns and burned them down, and this history of the sundown towns. And I mean, because, yeah, and I'm not just saying like a couple towns. We have at least 15 drowned cities, but then also Black Wall Street. And there are so many situations. But now that there's a white town, white people are like, well, black people, why don't you do it? Because you guys kept burning them down. And then you guys were sneaking special candy all around different urban areas where black people were, in order, like, oh. But then so many white people like, we don't have white privilege. Oh, we're not racist. Oh, I have a friend that's black. Okay, you might be dating or you might be friends with a Candace Owens or Clarence Thomas version, or even a John James version of a black person. That, like, okay, having a friend that is black does not mean you're not racist. Dating someone out your race doesn't mean you're not racist. Because it's like, even, okay, if you've been listening to the other channel, Mr. No Heart's mom, who she was just like, I hope you have one of those mixed ones. The mixed ones are so cute. But almost everything she said about black people are as racist as all get out. Oh, but she wants a mixed one. But in my opinion, of course, but it's like, once you say that I only got into college because I'm black, when you say that I only got my professor or my adjunct professor position because I'm black, and almost everything that I've done and accomplished, yeah, actually, I can say she's racist. Yeah. Oh, and when she told me why all of her children got arrested, but when she asked me about my sisters and I was like, yeah, we've never been arrested. She's still, yeah, because she doesn't realize that I can hear, like, when people close the door, that doesn't mean it's soundproof. So even when she was talking to, I think it was her oldest daughter, and one of the other family members were in the house, she said I was lying. She said that she needs to find out, or I I think her next husband, I think he worked in the police, something like that. It's like, 'cause I think she was trying to see if she could figure out if any of us had a history or anything like that. And like, 'cause I remember they were whispering and she was trying to say, and I'm just like, if you even try, it's like, it'll be funny because you won't find anything, stupid, no good, bigoted idiot. But so when people try to tell me there's no more racism, and what does this have to do with the Nerd Channel? Well, I am working on my novel, and yes, I've been saying this for years, but you know what, it's like, I'm not I almost started to be ashamed because I'm still working on it. But at the same time, I was starting out as one novel, and I was writing this without knowing who I really was. And now my the one novel is now three. And so now I'm writing the three, but now I'm like widening the scope, adding more to my character. And there's going to be some funny and some odd and some delirious and some sad moments that will add into the humanity, a lot of politics. Because I'm a political girl, woman, lady, queen, hey. And I'm going to write about the things that men hate about me because I have had to learn, especially with how I walk, I've had to learn how to love me. I'm still learning that because even after what happened this summer, I I was really starting to hate myself again because I was born like this. I can't change it. And when everyone used to tell me, you're normal, you're supposed to be normal, keep walking normal. Or no, say not keep, but start walking normal. Be normal. Be as you are expected to be. But once I was diagnosed, now then everyone was telling me, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Stay in the house. Don't like." Because even dates, I told you guys about the guy from the Canton, Livonia area who's on the spectrum. He has a disability, and he was telling me that I shouldn't be out on these streets. But then back in the day with the ugly loss, he oh if we had past lives, I want to know how he you know. And even with Heavenly Ever After, oh, this would have been so good because after the Heavenly Laws, or the not the Heavenly K drama, Heavenly Ever After, but then after the ugly loss from the past, if he, you know, afterlife or whatever, and then he's now doing this. Once he get, I'm sorry, just the storyline of that. If they can do a part two of that, it would have been Chef's Kiss because it's like he does not know his history. And he was literally telling me to do the ugly loss. He was literally telling me to just stay at home and don't go out and don't do it. Like for over 45 minutes. Over 45 minutes, this is what he was telling me. It was disgusting. Yeah. So my novels are needed for not only the able-bodied, but also other disabled people, especially those with disabilities that are not seen. Because some people get to walk around and live their life, and only if people talk to them or hang out with them for a long time will people be like, oh, you have a disability. And they don't know how blessed they are in that situation. And they don't know how much they will probably learn and understand from my character. But it's frustrating. Yeah. And especially as a black woman, with dating apps, they say black women are already at the bottom of desired when it comes to dating. But then I have a disability. So I'm like underneath the desire pyramid. I'm still digging a grave trying to get out, you know? And how do you make a man disappear? You tell him that you have a disability on a dating app. But then there's some who are like, well, that's good for me because at least I know you can't run away. And or if we have an argument and we're in bed, I can take your walker out of the room and that means you can't go anywhere, or I can watch you crawl. That's what some of these men say to me. This is why we need novels with characters with disabilities so that people can understand the crap and the garbage and the unfairness that is within humanity. And also with these dating apps and the man epidemic garbage with the Tatum brother garbage, and I think they said like 42 men were doing push-ups in front of a prisoner jail. It's just like men. Men, come on. You really want to be like these men? And I'm going to talk all about that. I'm going to have it in my novels about my dating life and Patreon. Okay, yeah. check out my Patreon. You're gonna see a lot of new material soon. Ooh, babies, you're gonna see a lot of new material soon. Especially since the breakup, like a lot of the things that's been going on, and even men from the past who like trolled me, bullied me, ha 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 ha. Once they get on Duet app, oh, now I'm a princess. Now I'm baby. Oh, now they just want to be my man. But you'll hear that very soon. I'll talk to you later, my beauties, my lovelies, my royalties. Drink some boba and let the topics pop.